Welcome to the Champ and The Chump Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Corey Idle, aka The Chump. And joining me, as always, the champ, the man that's always got a smile on his face because he's got a trophy for every tooth he
That
has.
is back. There you go.
Mr. Llewellyn.
I don't put all my trophies out here, man. People will be reluctant to join our leagues if I start showing all my trophies.
That's true.
The only league that I really got to watch out for is that dynasty league because I've never played it. So I'm going to have to be real careful because Nate Nestor think he going to come in here and slide in and run that league and win it. I can't let that happen.
You heard it here first, folks. You want to snipe the champ? Get into the dynasty league. It's the best shot you got.
Best shot you got. And the guillotine league is a crapshoot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The guillotine league's a crack. I got people. We might end up having 2 guillotine leagues because people keep telling me, dude, I won that guillotine league. I won that. I'm like, we can take 14 teams. But the beautiful thing is you can start a new one every week. Yeah,
So, exactly.
You just reduce the amount of leagues you take or teams you take. But that's the guillotine league is the funnest league. Because it's so sudden. It's sudden. Every week somebody's out for the year.
Yep. And
those are awesome.
Sometimes when you get eliminated in the first week of a guillotine league, you're like, thank God. And you can just move on with your life. To be totally honest with you.
I wouldn't know. I don't get knocked out in the first week.
With that, we are doing the running back projections. Today, we are breaking down your 50 to 25. That way we say for our next show, your starters, your tier 1, your exceptional running backs, your tier 2s. But today we're in the 4s and the 3s, breaking down who you get late. Lou, what I'm seeing from my list, and before we get started, let me preface this by saying we did the same thing as we did for the quarterback show. We're going to do the same thing for the other subsequent projection shows going forward.
Yeah.
I used AI. My man Claude helped me out to set these projections. I got total points, rushing yards, receptions, etc., touchdowns. Lou, pen, a pad, and a dream.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it, and I can already tell you, like after watching, because clearly everybody know I'm a Steelers fan. I have Rico Dowdle rated way too low right now, way too low. But this is where we're starting today, and I'm not changing it. I'm gonna honor it. I'm gonna go ahead and own it today, but he's too low.
That was a really good tease because I'm so curious as where you got him. But
I have him way too low. That's where I have him.
Lou, for me at 50, I got the young man out of Jacksonville, Chris Rodriguez. I have him slated for 380 rushing yards, 14 receptions, 90 receiving yards, and 3 total touchdowns, 74 overall points. It's the first one, guys. I'll get not better at my numbers.
It's okay. We still love you. It's okay. Nobody's perfect. Especially the Chump. But at the same time, he's not even on my list. I don't know. You get this low right now, and I'm just like, let's see what this dude look like. Okay, whatever. Yep. Because my number 50, and I don't have numbers. I'm just going, what could happen? I have Tank Bigsby for the Eagles.
Okay.
He's one Saquon Barkley sprained ankle away from being their tailback. 100%. So I wanted to get him on the list so the listeners don't forget about him. So if you draft Saquon, and this is how I kind of structure my list. So I'm not as technical on the list as you are, that's why it works. I'm looking to make sure you get the handcuff. People forget about the handcuff. If you're going to draft six running backs, odds are you're not going to get 6 starters.
No.
You're not getting 6 starters unless you're in a league where you shouldn't be in, where you're just cherry picking the competition. You're not getting 6 starters. So you want to handcuff to your top 2 running backs if you can get them. Saquon is still going to be a top draft pick. So if you can get Bigsby, because I still think he's going to be ahead of Shipley. So I'm like, let me throw him on the list just to talk to the listeners about it. And right now I have him at 50. And if Saquon doesn't get hurt, he's not going to be 50. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But just as a nugget in your ear, so you keep hearing his name, if you draft Saquon, and the draft is going and you don't care about kickers and defense and all that, pick up Tank Bigsby and just put him on the bench in case Saquon gets dinged up one game.
I think that's a good rule of thumb by and large, is having that handcuff, especially at the running back position. It's different at receiver because there are so many, and some guys stay at that on one side of the field. Some move just to the slot. It's very different with receivers, but running backs, having that handcuff is key. And that's what a lot of these guys are at this level.
Well, I can tell you right now, my first 6 or 7 of these are exactly that.
Yeah.
Because there's only 32 starters.
Yep, exactly.
So you can go to 64, but you don't need it. We ain't got to get crazy. No. So that's what a lot of these are going to be. They're going to be handcuffs.
100%.
In this show.
And my next handcuff is at number 49, Ollie Gordon out of Miami. I got him slated for 220 rushing yards, 8 receptions, 40 receiving yards, 4 total touchdowns, 76 overall fantasy points.
Now, that is a mistake I made because he's not on my list. And when you said his name, I was like, I knew I'd forget somebody.
Oh, of course.
And I forgot him because I definitely agree with that, because I would actually replace him with my 48, which we haven't got to. And arguably, well, maybe not my 49, because my 49 is Ray Davis out of the Bills. Okay. Again, See what I said about pick 50. James Cook get dinged up. Here he come. So, but Ollie Gordon, I would maybe even put him in front of Ray Davis, because if Achane gets hurt, the Dolphins are going to run the ball just to try to kill the clock and keep the game close, because they don't have anybody to throw it to.
Yep.
So they're in trouble. We all know the Dolphins are in trouble. But so Ollie Gordon, I like that. He's going to get those goal line carries.
Yep.
He's going to punch the ball in. So that's a good pick by you. My Ray Davis pick is strictly based on, does James Cook set out 2 or 3 quarters in a game because they're resting him on a short week? Because this is a short week running back. If the Bills play a Thursday game, you might want to play Ray Davis either Sunday or Thursday. Figure out when James Cook plays a lot on Sunday, you play Ray Davis on Thursday, because they're not going to run James Cook right back out there. But you still got Josh Allen poaching touchdowns. So you still got to run with that. So that's a good one. But I like your 49 better than my 49.
Well, that's okay. 48, I got Dylan Sampson out of Cleveland. I got him for 220 rushing yards, 38 catches, 300 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, 90 overall points. Clearly, it's just he's a passing back. Passing down guy.
This was good because I have Jerome Ford out of Cleveland. So it's who you think's going to win the backup job behind Quinshon Judkins. And so we're on the same thing. Whichever one wins that job has those stats.
100%. Exactly.
It's that simple.
100%. Who you got at 47, Lou?
Brian Robinson Jr. out of the Falcons.
Okay.
And his ass better not hit the field unless Bijan tap his helmet. But if Bijan does tap his helmet, this kid can run the ball. He's not landed a spot as a starting running back on the team is kind of beyond me, because I think he would arguably be the best back in Washington.
Yeah, and that's where he started his career. And for whatever reason, it just didn't work. But he played really well there. There was just always somebody in front of him. And then he went to San Francisco, was behind McCaffrey. Yeah. You're not seeing the field, but when he did, he played well. Now he's in Atlanta behind Bijan. It's like this guy, I don't know if your agent's steering you in the wrong place or you're just comfortable.
I mean, I could tell you right now, it's him. He's not comfortable being a starter. Some guys, and this is hard to believe because you're dealing with all type A personality guys for the most part. Everybody's not, but for the most part. But some guys are not comfortable starting the game. They're comfortable coming in the game. Mm-hmm. You start them in the game, they don't know how to act. And that's what he appears to be. But you're not going to get in a lot playing behind Bijan. You better not get in a lot playing behind Bijan, put it like that. So, but that's why I have him there, because he's very capable. of giving you 10, 12 points a game because he just has to post that one touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
And catch 3 or 4 balls. There's 10 points. So and he can do that in Atlanta,
100%.
even with the new coaching staff, because they're not going to wear Bijan out like that. So this guy's going to put up some numbers. And if you have to start him a week, again, watch short weeks, and watch the injuries. But I think he's going to be a solid addition to the Falcons for sure.
Oh, I totally agree. I think what he's going to provide for them is a little bit of what Algier provided, in the sense that they like to put Bijan out in the receiver sets and still have a running back there.
Well,
that's where Brian could be a little dangerous.
But that's the last coaching staff, though. Stefanski.
That's true.
Stefanski likes that good third down back, and Bijan can play all 3 downs.
Yep.
And so, which means he's going to tap his helmet more.
Yep.
Because you're playing all 3 downs. And that guy could come in, boop, 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 get you a touchdown. 30 yards rushing a touchdown is 9 points.
That's true. Very true.
And so he's going to be a good addition to stash on your bench.
Totally agree. My 47 was Isaac Garando out of San Francisco, 300 rushing yards, 10 catches, 70 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns, 91 overall points. I mean, he's behind Christian McCaffrey right now. According to the depth chart, he's behind a slew of other guys. I just think he's been the backup when Brian Robinson wasn't there. He's going to be the backup. That's just my call. But kind of like Lou said with Jerome Ford and Dylan Sampson, if somebody else takes that position from him, that's their stats. Stats are the same.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like that, but it's just, he's not on my list because I don't know who the backup is in San Francisco.
Exactly.
Because you never seen Christian McCaffrey plays hurt. He doesn't come off the field. So he's not giving up anything. So at my 46, which he was higher before the draft for me, but it's James Conner for the Cardinals.
Okay.
But the minute they announced Jeremiah Love, James Conner fell off this list. Not off, clearly, but he fell way down this list.
Yep.
Guys like Trey Benson fell off this list because there's Tyler Algier's not on my list.
Yeah.
Because you have James Conner who gets hurt.
Oh, yeah.
But you fix that by drafting Jeremiah Love. So away you go. So this is the best I could do for James Conner.
No, I like it. I have, believe it or not, all of the Cardinals running backs on my list. However,
because you don't know who's going to be behind them.
Exactly. And none of them, except for Love, obviously, sniff the top 24. Not even close. So yeah, the backup is going to be there. Let me ask you this though, Lou. And we're going to get into Josh Jacobs, obviously, when we get into Josh Jacobs, but Arizona has 4 competent running backs.
Yeah, they do.
You got Love, Connor, Algier, and Trey Benson. If you're the Packers, are you picking up the phone?
For what?
Algier.
You said the Packers?
Yeah, Josh Jacobs is fucked.
The Packers don't need a running back. Josh Jacobs' backup is good.
Okay.
They don't need a running back, in my opinion. Now, if you're, I don't know, the Bengals, do you call? Because you have Chase Brown.
Right.
Chase Brown go down. You got Samaje Perine. You might want to call and get one of these dudes.
That's fair.
There's a bevy of teams that could call them not named the Packers. I mean, there really is. And then odds are, well, the Cardinals, I don't know. The Cardinals are dumb like the Browns, so they'll trade in the conference. But really, you don't want to give one of these guys up, definitely in your division, but you really don't want to give them up in your conference. So you really be looking to the AFC. How many AFC teams need running backs? There's like I said, the Bengals need a backup.
Yep.
I hope they don't get them, but there's guys that could use them, but somebody should make a call. My opinion, I still think Tampa Bay need a running back because Bucky Irvin and that ankle and the other kid, Sean Tucker, even if he does pan out, is just him at that point in time. So they let Rashad White go. So there's a lot of teams that should call. I just don't think the Packers should be one of them.
Fair enough. 46 for me was Kendre Miller, back up in New Orleans. 410 rushing yards, 14 receptions, 90 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, 93 total points, splitting hairs with all these point totals I mean, we're literally separated by 3 points between 48, 46. It's not that big of a deal. These are just the backups. And he's a third stringer in New Orleans.
Yeah, and he's on my list, and he's actually higher because we just don't know what if Etienne got his bag now. Is he going to pan out? You hope he does, but if he doesn't, I like this kid. That's why he's higher on my list. I like him. So I have him up. So we'll talk about him. I have him in the 30s.
Okay.
So we'll get to him. But my 45 is Braylon Allen for the Jets.
We're one off.
So I knew we would start to bump heads here in a little bit. But reason being is because we've seen Brees Hall get hurt, and then this is it. He gets hurt. This number is going to be way low for Braylon Allen. And I actually like his style, but they're not giving him enough play, in my opinion. I think this is one of the backups that should play more.
Yep.
And I do like Brees Hall, and I have him clearly high on my list. But I think if they gave this kid more play, instead of Brees being where I have him, which will come up in the next show, they'd be more back-to-back. It'd be kind of like a Pittsburgh situation, which is turning out to be a little bit different. Like their situation should be currently like I thought Pittsburgh's were. Pittsburgh's is turning out to be like theirs is. So that's why I have him down here as of now.
I like it. 45 for me. I got Justice Hill back up in Baltimore. 280 rushing yards, 34 receptions because Derrick Henry don't catch shit. 240 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, 100 total points on the season. He'll get playing time, in my opinion. Derrick's getting older. He's going to need to be spelled more. He comes out on passing downs. So Justice Hill is a viable backup, and especially if, God forbid, Derrick goes down in a seemingly rushing offense.
Yeah,
and I know it's
eventually has to slow down.
Yes.
Eventually has to. But when you're investing that kind of money yearly into your body and you're that disciplined with your diet, kudos to him because he's earned it. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, no questions asked. But Father Time, it remains undefeated. So I like that pick right there. What's your 44 look like?
44, I got Braylon Allen. As you just
discussed. That's right.
I had him for 510 rushing yards. So he'll get a little bit more than anybody we've talked about thus far, carry-wise. 24 receptions, 150 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns, 107 overall points. The only reason I think he gets a little damped down as compared to other backups is Brees Hall can do everything. He
can.
He can rush. He's good at short distance. He's fine in the passing game. It doesn't matter for him. So,
and what sucks about this young man, and this is what I didn't bring up. If he was on the other team, I have him higher.
Yeah.
Just put him on a different team because he's good, but you just on a team where you got another really good back.
Yep.
But that being said, at 44, I have Tajay Spears out of the Titans.
Okay.
And this was probably too low because they're going to split so much time between he and Tony Pollard that I know I have Pollard too high and him too low. They should probably be back-to-back in the mid to late 20s. So I know I'm missing on this one, but we're just starting June, as we record this stuff.
To play devil's advocate though, and actually support that. I think Tony Pollard separated himself a little bit last year.
He did.
From Tajay. So I think he's going to be more of he is the back. Tajay is in the plain backup role now. A little bit more of a split, like you said, than the average guy. Yep. And I think they're going to pass the ball more, which is going to limit Tajay.
And this is why I said what I said. It's a new coaching staff who wants to run the ball. So again, there's 9 new coaches. You have to take into who's coaching. They did get Cam a lot of help by picking up my man Carnell Tate, but they also want to. They don't only want to protect Cam Ward; they want to protect Carnell Tate. How do you do that? Run the ball. You run the ball, teams got to scoot up, and that helps your quarterback and your receivers out. Which they have a decent receiving core, not a great one at all, but it's decent. But so I think they're going to go to running the ball with how you say Robert's name, Coach Robert. I'll call him Robert.
I like
and like I know me,
Mr. Salah.
Yeah, Mr. Salah. So they're going to run the ball a little bit more.
I dig it. How about what are we on? 43?
43. I have my wine man, Zach Charbonnet.
Okay.
And I have him on the list, and I have him low because of the injury. I got to see how training camp goes. Not even mini camp, OTA training camp. If he's back, then he will clearly be in my top 30. He'll be in my top 32 for sure because he's going to be a starter.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
100%.
Yeah.
He'll start over Jadarian Price for sure.
Yeah. Whom I have in the top 32 because right now he's the starter.
Exactly. Almost the same way. I have Zach a little bit higher, but
yeah,
same. 43, I have the Eagles' new signing, Dameon Pierce. Dude out of Houston. He was free agent, signed with the Eagles. He's probably third string right now.
Yeah.
I do think he'll get a little bit of playing time, though. I got him for 490 potential rushing yards, 18 receptions, 120 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns, 107 total points. I think he'll get opportunities in that offense just because I think it's going to be a go offense.
It's going to have to be.
Yeah. That being said, though, I don't know what dude's got left. He's third stringer in Philly. Tank Bigsby is very competent running back.
That's just your Tank Bigsby pick.
Yeah.
I had Tank Bigsby
and I got Tank higher.
Yeah. So you got a lot of Eagles on the list. I think I have 2. Just because you're only doing 50 with 32 teams is kind of hard.
You're probably closer than I am on what actually is there. Because let's face facts. Saquon, Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs, a lot of these guys, unless they're doing this, they ain't coming out.
They're not coming out. And they shouldn't based on what they're getting paid.
Exactly.
Keep your ass on the field and play.
Exactly.
Bottom line.
But you got a 42.
Kyle Mananagai, however you say his name for the Bears, the backup for the Bears. And this is another one I'm kind of suspect about, but DeAndre Swift has such a good season. This kid couldn't get a lot of time, but when he does, he produces.
Yeah.
So he's a guy that I won't be afraid to have on my bench. You just don't know how much he's going to play. So honestly, I have him at 42, but he could wind up being RB 20.
Yeah.
How does Ben Johnson want to use him? So again, I'm watching a lot of what's happening throughout the league right now as these mini camps start to kick in, or actually this week, the mini camps are kicking in. And then really when they get to training camp, I want to just dial in and just watch a lot of what's going on because again, this is not a team with a new coach, but there's 9 new coaches. So that goes into all these lists that we're telling you guys about. But just watch this because they don't want to wear DeAndre Swift out. And this kid is very, very capable when he's in the game.
Yep. I have him at 37, I think, on my list.
Yeah.
And it's just, he's going to be a touchdown thief. And I don't think I love DeAndre Swift this year. I think the Bears and Ben Johnson have given him a big vote of confidence by not going after another running back that they could have, like a Joe Mixon, like a Dameon.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody to challenge that position. They just didn't. So I think that's a huge nod to DeAndre Swift and what the team thinks about him. But I think Kyle McGonaghy, whatever, is going to come in there and just nab touchdowns. And I think that's why I got him a little bit higher.
And it makes sense. I'm telling you, I got him probably, I just said 22 spots low.
Right.
If they give him time. And I'm willing to make that adjustment once I see how training camp's going. So
Totally.
and that's just where we're at with that. That's like my next guy at 41. I have Tyrone Tracy Jr.
Oh, I need you to slow your roll, cowboy.
Oh, did I skip you?
Yeah, I'm
Oh, don't
here.
worry.
I'm a person. I exist,
Don't worry
man.
about it. Look, don't worry about it.
That's probably what the viewers are saying. That's all right. Just keep Lou talking.
Who you got at 42? That's my fault.
Oh, thank you for asking, Lou. I have Tyler Algier out of Arizona. 520 rushing yards, 12 catches, 100 receiving yards, 5 total touchdowns, 112. Lou said everything about the Cardinals running backs. We just don't know. I have them all in here because we don't know. Lou went the other way because we don't know, and that's why you guys watch the show.
Yeah. And you know why I skipped your pick? Because you named the guy I'm trying to forget. All he did was kill Bijan the whole time he was in Atlanta with that coaching staff. So I'm trying to forget that young man. I have nothing against him. Good ball player.
That's
Get out of here, though. Getting on my nerves.
I know at 41, though, you do got something against my guy. Woody Marks is in the house.
How the hell you got Woody Marks on this list?
520 rushing yards, 27.
Don't give a damn what AI said. How you got Woody Marks on this list? Woody Marks?
Did I betray you?
This the top 50, not the top 500.
Damn.
Woody Marks.
Oh, Woody.
Go ahead and lie to these people. Go ahead.
Oh, 27 receptions, 210 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns, 112 total points.
Who he even play for?
Oh, Houston, man.
Woody Marks ain't gonna do shit. Woody Marks ain't gonna do. Y'all draft Woody Marks. Look, if you're in a league that I'm in and you're playing against me, please draft Woody Marks.
Can't.
Please. You know how he's not gonna do anything? If he was gonna be the man, they'd have never traded for Montgomery. He pissed down his leg when he had the chance. I'm not upset because he ran all over Pittsburgh. I'm not. I didn't like him before that. That's probably why he did it.
That's probably it.
He listened to our podcast. Oh, I'm going to show Lou. I mean, yeah, you did. Show me again because you ain't getting 112 points on the season or whatever you had him for. That's insane.
Oh, my God.
You know, help me make your list. I mean,
the Woody Marks hate is fucking real, people. It's real. There is beef here.
You had a chance as a starting running back for the Texans, and you went out there and you did that. Man, come on. Come on. Maybe it's the name Woody. I don't know. I ain't seeing it.
Oh my God, my jaw hurts. You got to talk about your 41. Get off of this. My jaw hurts.
It's Tyrone Tracy Jr., who's another one that could be a little low, depending on how Scatterboo's ankle is. You know, with Harbaugh, but he's also not a power back like Harbaugh wants. Harbaugh wanted the Derrick Henrys, the J.K. Dobbins. He wanted the more power style runners. Tyrone Tracy doesn't fit that.
Yeah.
But because he's a former receiver, as we all know. So, but being that, he's pretty much an unguardable third down receiver out of the backfield. Linebackers can't stay with him. He played receiver.
Right.
So you're going to get the majority of your points out of him through the air. But even if Scatterboo stays healthy, which we all hope he does, we don't see him get hurt. But I like him. I like him in this spot because I got high hopes for the Giants, but I do have to change my Super Bowl prediction. I might have to go a little bit more chalk, but because what the Rams did was wrong. But anyway, it was great for the Steelers. Look, it was great for the Steelers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have Tyrone Tracy, 41.
I dig it. 40 Lou, I got Trey Benson. I got him right there with Algier. 570 rushing yards, 22 receptions, 140 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns, 115 points. I got Tyler Algier, 112. This is just a matter of who's going to do what.
No, so who's he going to be playing for when the season starts?
That's the question.
It won't be the Cardinals.
Nope. And he will move up my list when he actually gets out of that backfield.
Does he want to play though? This is the question with this kid. Does he want to play? Like, that's one of the reasons why they drafted Jeremiah Love, because he was their guy. They picked up Connor. They drafted Benson to take over for Connor.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, kid just doesn't seem motivated to play. Some guys make the league and they go, hey, I made it. And that's what I'm hearing that he did. And hopefully I'm wrong. I don't have anything against him. This is not Woody Mark situation.
Yeah.
I'm just like, but if you were that dog, and I know they have a new coach as well.
Yeah.
So all three of those running backs outside, not named Jeremiah Love, can get cut because this coaching staff did not draft them. I just think this young man's going to be the odd man out because the new coaching staff drafted Love and brought in Algier. So it wouldn't shock me if Connor and Benson were out and they just started over. And this is a team that, for whatever reason, don't sleep on this too, that may trade for Mason Rudolph so they can get their quarterback next year because they're having all kind of issues with Jacoby Brissett wanting starter one money, which if I'm Jacoby Brissett, I would too.
100%.
He played really well last year. They should pay that man. But I don't know if the Cardinals, being cheap like the Browns, will. But I just don't know if Trey Benson's going to make this team. I love to see him go somewhere else and get a fresh start, though. Would love it.
Based on how much their past quarterback gave a shit about playing, maybe Trey Benson's the new quarterback for the Cardinals.
He could very well be.
And I think he'll probably still get about 115 points.
He'll get them for somebody. I'm just not sure it'll be the Cardinals. But for my number 40, because I think we're on 40, I have Bill. I have Bill, my man Bill for the Washington Commanders, because it's Bill. He's not with Rachaad White coming in there. It's going to chop these numbers up so much.
Yeah,
you're still going to have Daniels running the ball. I think they're going to air it out more. And actually, and this is going to sound funny, why I have them down there. I think they're actually going to punt the ball more. Okay. And quit going forward on every fourth down. So that takes a couple plays a game away from them as well. Yep. But I just see, until I see where how he and Rachaad are going to navigate this backfield, these are tough. That's why, like I said, we're at the beginning of June on this. So when we come out with these things end of July, and I don't even know if we'll go 50 running backs at the end of July. We might just do we might do 32. Who knows? But excuse me, nonetheless, this is as high as I can put him because Rachaad White might beat him out. He shouldn't, but he might.
Well, yeah. I mean, to your point, Washington's division is
brutal. It's brutal this year.
And I'm trying to think of a better word for it, and I can't. Like, it's devastation. And what I mean to say in that is I don't see them running the ball a lot, period, because they can't. They're gonna have to throw to stay in these games because I don't think they got the defense to shut any of these other teams down.
I see that, but they solidified the middle with Sonny Styles.
Yeah, 100%.
But what does the back end look like?
Exactly.
What's the pass rush like? So they're going to be in some shootouts.
Yeah.
That's why I have Rachaad White higher on my list than I do Bill.
Exactly. I was going to say that leads to Rachaad White because of the receptions.
And that's why I have him
way more
on the list.
Yep. I like it, man. 39. I got Kenny Gainwell in Tampa Bay.
We got one right. That's
I'm going to let you talk on him. I'll do the notes here real quick. I got 420 rushing yards, 40 receptions, 300 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns, 116 total points.
I mean, I just see if he can duplicate, which is a word I could never say until just now, duplicate. That's funny. My wife always laughed at me because I couldn't say that word. But nonetheless, if he could pull that off again, what he pulled in Pittsburgh, and at this point in their careers, Baker Mayfield is better than Aaron Rodgers. And I mean, at this point, people, so don't come at me, not over time, but at this point, give me Baker Mayfield. And if he don't shit down his leg like he did last year, he now has another reliable back that's more dynamic, in my opinion, than Rashad White to get that ball to that can make plays.
Yep.
So this is going to open it up for Ibuka, Chris Godwin. God, hopefully he stays healthy. He's a good dude. Hope he stays healthy. But with the loss of Mike Evans, those targets got to go somewhere. And a lot of those are going to go to this guy right here, and he know what to do with the ball when he get it.
100%. Couldn't have said it better myself at all. If you gave me 100 chances. So we were both right on Kenny Gainwell. 38. I got Zach Charbonnet. Seattle, obviously the injury. I got him for 580 rushing yards, 28 receptions, 200 receiving yards, 5 total touchdowns. Looking at their schedule, Seattle's schedule, their bye is in week 11.
It's a great bye.
Is there a chance you don't see Zach Charbonnet until week 11?
I think there's a chance that you don't see him till week 5 because they can start him on the pup and he can't play the first. No, that might be 4 to 6 weeks, whatever the pup is. I forget. Drawing a blank. But I think you see him after that.
Okay.
As long as your Darian Price looks competent. But then again, if you're Charbonnet, do you want to run that risk and get Wally pipped? Kenneth Walker left. It's your time to shine.
Yep.
So if you can get back, you're playing week 1 because they just drafted this young kid. I can tell you from experience, if they say, and they used to tell us this at Ohio State, before you went to practice, hey, Lou, you're getting 6 reps during team period.
Okay.
Man, look, earn a 7th rep.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, you don't want to get 5 because that means you messed up and they took you out early.
Yep.
So you don't want to give up a rep to anybody. That's why you see Matthew Stafford showing up at OTAs and mini camps as voluntary workouts. Ain't giving no reps up. So
yep.
I think he's going to play as soon as he can. I don't see them holding him out. If they hold him out that long, his knee's not right.
Right.
If they hold him out that long, his knee's not right. He's going to get back as fast as he can to eliminate the competition of the young man that came in and got drafted in the first round.
Which was crazy, by the way.
Which was overdraft. They did. Yeah. They could have got him 2 rounds later.
100%.
But
who you got?
At 38, I have Blake Corum for the Rams.
All right.
Which, I do like this spot for him, but they could be a little low. But now we're starting to get into, if he's low, who you moving down? Because we at 38 now, and there's 32 teams. So you start moving people up, somebody got to start dropping down.
100%.
But with the additions of the Rams with Trent McDuffie, top 5 corner, with the addition of Myles Garrett just yesterday or the day before, as we record this, the top pass rusher of his generation. And yes, I know I'm a Steelers fan, but he's the top pass. He's the second best pass rusher I've ever seen next to Lawrence Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
And that was already a top 5 defense. Yeah. So you're not scoring a lot on him. So McVay's smart. He's going to take the pressure off his 40-year-old quarterback, and they're going to want to ball control it.
Yep.
So these guys are going to get a lot of play in this backfield. So this is another one I'm going to have to really look at the numbers and probably move him up because they're going to 2-platoon this backfield, which they should to keep both of them healthy and fresh as they get older. Because Devontae, if he does not get traded to the Steelers, which is the talk now, if they don't trade Adams to the Steelers, they're going to limit his time too.
Oh, 100%.
And so then who's going to be that second guy? It's going to be these running backs and the tight ends. So you want, when your guys are drafting, you want the Ram. Obviously, you want Puka. Let's just not be stupid. Yeah, we want Puka. But you want the tight ends and the running back. You don't want another receiver. You don't even want Devontae Adams. I know he had 13 touchdowns, but they're all from the goal line. You don't even want him. You want Puka, and you want the top 2 tight ends, and you want both these running backs. And then you have to watch to figure out who you're going to start on a week-to-week basis. But so I like Blake Corum this year. I like him to move up.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I got him at 23. He's not even in this show.
You know what? And I'm not mad at you When I start going through my list, I'm like, this morning I'm looking at like, I got to make some. Hell, I told you before we recorded, I already got to adjust Rico Dowdle. It's stuff that needs to be adjusted already. Because stuff you find out as we're starting to watch what teams are doing.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. Where are we at? 37?
Yep. Did you do your 38?
I did. That was Charbonnet.
That's right. Yep, 37.
37, I got Tank Bigsby, Philadelphia Eagles. Lou talked about him, so I'll just run through the stats real quick that I got projected. 640 rushing yards, 22 receptions, 160 receiving yards, 5 touchdowns, 118 total points on the season. Lou already said everything about him, so what's your 37, my guy?
My 37 is Sean Tucker from the Buccaneers.
Okay.
And this will be adjusted as well once I figure out who's going to be the solid starter for them, which I think the Buccaneers, because they have Bucky Irving.
Mm-hmm.
So, but is Bucky Irving's ankle healthy? And I have Bucky Irving higher on my list. I tell you right now, he's in the next show.
Yeah.
But is he going to be able to hold this kid off? Both of them are young, don't get me wrong. But Sean Tucker is a power runner. He scores those touchdowns. And they lost Mike Evans again. So now we got to control the ball.
Yeah.
We got to control the ball. Now here comes Kenny Gainwell. I think that might affect Bucky Irving more than it affects Sean Tucker. Because Gainwell can get them close. Tucker can punch it in. Bucky Irving's kind of stuck somewhere in the middle because he's not as good as a Breece Hall that could do everything. He's good at everything, but when you have a guy as a third down back that's as good as Kenny Gainwell and a power runner as good as Sean Tucker, you kind of don't, the middleman, you kind of cut that money out.
Exactly.
So their backfield's going to be tricky. So I got a lot of stuff to look at in the next month. So I'm just kind of throwing them in here. So number one, the listeners don't forget about them, and more importantly, my ass don't forget about them. So I could whoop y'all.
And to be honest with you, I got Sean Tucker at 34. So we're not far off at all.
Yeah, we're not far off.
Nope. 36, Lou, I got Alvin Kamara, New Orleans.
He's still in the league.
Believe it or not.
He's not even on my list.
I could believe that. Here's why he's on my list. 650 rushing yards, nothing to talk about. 42 receptions. 310 receiving yards, 5 total touchdowns, 121 points. I see them, at least until he breaks down, in that Rachaad White role and that Kenny Gainwell role. Clear passing downs, they'll bring him in. And I think he'll do well in that situation in New Orleans. He'll be a good safety net for Tyler Shuck, who's played with him once already, just in case ETN and him have any issues. So he's on there. But again, I'm not over the moon about him. I'm not trying to get him by any stretch. Even if I get ETN, he's not a handcuff I want.
Oh no, I'm going with Kendrick Miller. Those are your top two backs. He's had a hell of a career. Mm-hmm. Arguably, he's going to be on a Hall of Fame ballot, not a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he's going to be in the conversation for years, like a Hines Ward, who should be in. I know I'm a homer, but should be in.
He should be.
But he is going to be in that conversation. I just think he's done. They're going to keep him around, nostalgic player. It's like if Pittsburgh cut Cam Ward or Cam Hayward. Yep. You don't do that. You let him stay on the team, and this will probably be his last year, and he'll go out. He's a one-helmet guy.
Yep.
And you let him finish as a one-helmet guy. Unless he comes to you and say, can you trade me to somebody got a chance to win a title?
Yeah, exactly.
It's the only way he leaves. So I see why you put him there, though.
Who you got, Mr. Smarty Pants?
At 36, I got, I'm loyal to this guy. I can't help it. J.K. Dobbins. I can't. I love me some J.K. Dobbins. I do. I love his style, his play, but he's snake bit.
Yeah.
So I know, look, don't y'all run out. You run out and draft him, but be prepared to get rid of him after 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's going to play. He's going to start. They gave him $20 million. He's going to start. And he's going to produce. But you better have another 2 running backs. If you play in a league where you have to start 2 running backs, you better have 3 solid starters, because this one's going to get hurt on the most freak accident that requires season-ending surgery again, and it sucks.
Yep.
It sucks so bad for that young man because he's a good kid. Young man, I'll call them all kids. I'm old. But it just sucks for him. I hate that. This kid had the ability to be one of the best running backs of his generation.
Mm-hmm.
And then it started with the ACLs. Now the Achilles. This, the horse collar, we breaking ankle. I was like, oh, damn. So I'm still going to have him on my list just outside of your top 32 starters. But if you're starting 2 running backs, everybody on this list technically could be a starter.
Yeah, look, I've been a J.K. Dobbins fan since I first saw him at Ohio State. I love him as an athlete, as a player. To echo Lou's point, it's the most unfortunate thing you've ever seen. J.K. Dobbins, every single year since his first injury with the Ravens, I think, I have put him as a value pick because you can get him low. And if he stays healthy for an entire season, watch what this dude can do, because he is that guy.
Yeah.
He just can never stay healthy. So again, as a value pick, my favorite year over year, I'm going to take him again this year low. I will, whether he's a flex, whether he's my RB2, I'm ecstatic to start him. But I also know I got to make sure my bench is on lock, because there is almost zero chance he is making it the entire season for me.
Yep. And that's just unfortunate.
It sucks. 35, Lou, I got Rico Dowdle. Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
We're
low.
Almost
close.
Little low.
We'll both be moving him up.
Yeah, 100%.
But we can talk about him now because I have him at 33.
Okay. The only reason, I'll run through the stats real quick. 720 rushing yards, which I think is low. 28 receptions, which I think is low. 190 receiving yards, 6 total touchdowns, 128 total points on the season. 124 total points is what I have on him for the season. I think he obviously, like McCarthy's had him in Dallas. I think he's going to end up being the starter over Jaylen Warren. But as we discussed on past shows about Jaylen Warren, he doesn't give anybody a reason to pull him. He just keeps defying everybody's expectations of what he's going to do, to the point where you can't take him out of the game.
That's true, but as we get into this, and I'll flip them in my order. Like I said, we're at your 35, but he's my 33, so we're gonna knock him out.
Yeah.
Right now, McCarthy has come out and said he's going to the 2-back system, including the fullback, which means Rico Dowdle's your starter. Jaylen Warren has dropped 10 to 15 pounds since last season because he knows he's going to be the 3rd down back. Okay. So they have to flip in your list. And this young man needs to move up into your top 20 because that's how McCarthy has stated he's going to play. And until he proves otherwise, that's just what you have to go by. So you guys have to be drafting Rico Dowdle as one of your – we got to see how it looks, because Pittsburgh's line is still young, but they played together.
Right.
So that's really going to help them out. But now you have a new coaching staff, and you also have the fact that McCarthy did not draft Jaylen Warren. He brought in Rico Dowdle for a reason. He brought back a fullback for a reason. He's going to use them.
Yep.
And Warren has come out and said he knows he's going to be the 3rd down back. So they need to be flipped, because I have Warren higher in my list because that wasn't stated when I made my list.
Same.
So
this is news to me.
This guy is going to be he's probably going to be a top 15 running back this year, which is crazy. And I know people are going to, you just a homer. Well, look, I'm trying to win fantasy football championships too.
Right.
And this guy's going to produce. He's going to produce because he has to. And they brought him in to produce. Yeah. Now, some of his TDs might get poached because of the tight end situation in Pittsburgh. That's what could alter that.
Yes. And to give you an idea of why I have Rico where I do, I have at 33, and I'm skipping a little bit ahead, Jalen Warren, and their stats are almost identical.
Yeah.
Because it's just splitting of the time that threw him off. But now knowing that, when I redo these as we get closer, Rico Dowdle's going to fly up the list.
Yeah, he's got to fly up. So my 35 is one of your guys, Ramondre Stevenson.
Okay.
Because I have him this low because I'm looking for Travion Henderson to break out this year. He has to.
Yeah.
If he wants to establish himself in the league, he has to make it happen. I don't give a damn if Vrabel wants to give him 8 carries a game, then I suggest you get 70 yards.
Right.
And then you get a 9th carry. Because that's what it's going to take for him. And he has that ability. And Ramondre, while being a good back, still has that fumbling issue.
Mm-hmm.
They're only going to put up with that shit for so long with you fumbling the football. You don't fumble the ball, period. The end. Nope. No conversations. Nobody wants to hear anything about it. You fumbled it. Your fault. So, but he's a good back, but I just think Travion is better. I have nothing bad to say about Ramondre other than his fumbling issue, which is a huge issue in the NFL. But he's still going to produce. He's still going to get you a couple touchdowns. If you have to draft him and you don't get Travion and you get Ramondre, do not be afraid to start him in your lineup. Because he's going to get enough play and he's going to put up points. I think Travion just has the bigger upside for higher point totals.
Totally agree with you.
And this is your team, so you know better than I do.
No, look, I totally agree with everything you're saying. When you think of Ramondre Stevenson, look back at what I just said about Jalen Warren. When you think of Travion Henderson, look back at what I just said about Rico Dowdle. Right now, I have them, much like I do have the Pittsburgh backs, right next to each other. Because of that reason, as we get closer to OTAs, that will absolutely change. It's just a matter of who stands out. Ramondre is going to be a touchdown gobbler. That's going to be his role this season. He's just going to nab touchdowns from Travion, but Travion's going to end up being the guy. I don't think there's any doubt. 33. I think I said that's where I had Jalen Warren.
34. We skipped 2. So,
well, I can do that because 34 was my Sean Tucker.
Okay, then we'll go right to mine. Mine is Jordan Mason from the Vikings because I think Aaron Jones is going to hold up long enough. I don't even know if I got Aaron Jones on this list. I probably should somewhere. My list's all messed up. But anyway, I got Jordan Mason for the Vikings because he'll end up taking that job over if he doesn't start with it because Aaron Jones is good, but he's just getting older. So nothing dynamic here. He's another guy that if I have to start him, as long as I'm starting one of my top 5 running backs opposite of him, I'm okay. But if I'm starting, Jalen Warren or Rico Dowdle on him, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble. But if I'm starting one of my top 10 guys and then starting him, I can live with it because he's going to produce your points. He's going to get you double figures. He'll get you 10. You want more. You want more out of the running back, but he's at least going to put that double digit up and give you a shot.
100% he will. 33 for you, Lou.
That was Rico Dowdle. So we've already talked about him. Yep.
And we talked about mine. At 33 was Jalen Warren. 32 is where I have the old man, Aaron Jones. And this is just a tip for you kids out there. When a player comes into the league and is named, let's just say, for example, Aaron Jones, and then on down the road, he changes his name to Aaron Jones Sr. Stop drafting him.
I knew that was coming.
I have Aaron slated for 760 rushing yards, 39 receiving, 290 receiving yards, and 5 total touchdowns, 135 total points. Everything Lou just said about him, I totally agree with.
And he's your number what? What number was
32.
So he's my number 30. So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Nothing else needs to be said. So we can skip by 30. But my 32, we've already talked about is Kendrick Miller from the Saints. So we're not going to chew our food twice.
Nope. 31 for me, Lou's Brian Robinson. Same thing we've talked about. I have him slated for 820 rushing yards, so I think he is going to touch the ball a little bit more.
Okay.
22 receptions. Don't see him being involved in the passing game at all, really. 170 receiving yards, 7 total touchdowns. Goal line guy. Spell Bijan. Bijan has a big run. Put him in at the goal line. Maybe gets a couple 20-yard runs is what I see.
Yeah, it's funny because my 31 is Rashad White.
That's hilarious.
This the second or third time we just had the guys flipped, like what you think they're going to do. And that'll pan itself out once training camp starts. You know, it is not going to mean anything on this upcoming mini camp, but it's going to be training camp. So Rashad White's going to get a ton of those catches out the backfield. 100%. He's not going to be your bully. He's not a bully back, but he's going to get a lot of production through the air, especially with Jaden Daniels running around, scrambling and dumping it off to him. So that we just have them flip. That's pretty much what we got. They're both going to produce. We're just trying to figure out who's going to say I'm the man when the game get tight.
Exactly.
So that's what you don't know yet.
Exactly.
And my 30 was Aaron Jones, which we just talked about.
All right. My 30 is Jadarian Price for Seattle. 770 rushing yards, 28 receptions, 180 receiving yards, 7 touchdowns, 148 total points on the season fantasy-wise. I'm looking at that as just Zach Charbonnet being involved.
Yeah, I mean, you're making this easy on me because he's my 29 for the same reason. We know he's going to start the season.
Yep.
We're expecting him to start the season. We don't know, expecting. And for the same reasons, we're both moving Charbonnet up if Charbonnet's playing. So, so I have him starting because you're starting running back in the NFL. You're going to at least put up top 29 numbers. You better.
29 and 28, Lou. I'm going to do them at the same time because we've talked about them just a second ago. Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson. Okay. I literally have them back to back, and I have their stats outside of catches the exact same.
So you got Travion catching the ball more?
I got him with 38 receptions. I got Ramondre with 28 receptions.
Okay. Now I'm asking as I look to draft them because I'm like, okay, so who do you see? Because that's your squad. You know that squad better than I do.
Yep, I see Travion with more catches, but I see I have Ramondre with more touchdowns.
Okay, that's a fair statement. It's unfortunate because they keep taking Travion out when they get close. Because he can pound the ball in too.
Yeah, exactly. But they act like he's a little skinny guy, but
I understand why they do it though, because they didn't give Ramondre Steven $29 million for nothing.
You know that's right.
So get your ass in there and pound the ball in. So that's why they're doing that. But for my 28, we're going back to the Titans, and this is where I have Tony Pollard. Okay. And I know, like you said, he established himself, but I'm thinking with the new coaching staff, with what they want to do different, Tyjae Spears is more dynamic.
Yes.
And if they're looking for that, then this could flip that script. So I might have to switch those two players. But I look for Tony Pollard to play really hard because he's from Tennessee and he don't want to move. He's from Memphis, I believe. Matter of fact, his parents have a barbecue place in Memphis. Oh. But so he's not wanting to have to go move to another city again. Not that he'll stay in Memphis when he retires, but he want to be close to home and play.
Yep.
Didn't he go to Memphis? He might be out of Memphis as well.
Might be.
But nonetheless, this is where I have him because he's going to get the first shot because he earned it. I just look for them Tennessee knows they have to do something. They have a stadium opening, not this season, next season. Mm-hmm. They know they have to do something to excite their fan base. So I look for them to be dynamic and try to light the scoreboard up best they can. And he's going to be a big part of that. Yeah, he's going to be a big part of that.
Was that your 29 or 28?
That was 28.
All right. 27. I have Bears backup Kyle Magananine. 890 rushing yards.
Hey, learn the players' names. You about to get in trouble.
I'm gonna get dealt with. 890 rushing yards, 24 receptions, 180 receiving yards, 6 total touchdowns, 163 total points on the season. Lou's already talked all about him. We've talked about him a lot at the beginning of the show. So we rewind and rewatch because it only helps us.
Yeah,
who you got,
exactly. Lou? At 27, I have R.J. Harvey for the Broncos.
Okay.
And this is just based on the fact that I think it's attrition. Number one, he's going to catch more balls than J.K. Dobbins to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And like we've said, unfortunately, history says that Dobbins is going to not make the whole season. And this kid is good. He is good. He's dynamic. He's the guy that can catch it at the 15 and go to the rest of the 85 yards on you.
Mm-hmm.
So it only takes a couple big plays for him to make this happen. But he has not. The fact that they gave J.K. Dobbins $20 million tells you that R.J. Harvey didn't walk in Sean Payton's office and say, I'm your damn running back, period.
Yeah.
He hasn't shown him that on tape. So he's still got to make a believer out of the coaching staff, and they're going to give him every shot. And I think he's going to do it. And I hope he does, just for his sake. But I like his game. I like his game. I like his style. And I think at the end of the day, he's going to get more touches than JK just due to unfortunate. JK's probably not going to play all 17 games.
Yeah, I totally agree. JK is one of those guys where you want to take him. I said take him as a value pick, but also make sure you have RJ Harvey.
Yeah. Oh, you have to take. Oh my God. You get one. You better have the other one.
Yep. 100%. 26, Lou. I got Bashal Tootin out of Jacksonville. I got him for
Tootin.
100. Or I got him 800 rushing yards, 30 receptions, 220 receiving yards, 6 total touchdowns, 163 total points on the season. I already brought up Chris Rodriguez as my number 50. Jacksonville's going to rush a lot. I know that. They also got a really good receiving core. Trevor Lawrence has started to find his legs again. I just don't think there's anybody solidified in Jacksonville as that guy now that Etienne's gone. And it's a wait and see.
No, this is his job.
Yeah.
That's why he'll be on my next shows, because this is his job. With that being said, my 26, we've already talked about him, so we're not going to chew the food twice. Mm-hmm. But it's Jaylen Warren with the Steelers. We went over that when we talked to Rico Dowdle. So again, rewind, listen, helps us out. But Jaylen Warren with the Steelers, but I'm going to have to flip those because Rico's going to be the starter. Warren's going to be the third down back. So Warren is going to be, if you play in a caveman league with standard, you don't even really want to draft Warren. But if you're in a PPR league, even if it's half point PPR, you want Jaylen Warren on your team because he's going to catch 4 or 5 balls a game.
I could see it. I could totally see it.
He's going, and that offense he's going to, they're running the West Coast offense.
25 for me, Mr. Willard. And to end our show, I got Chuba Hubbard, Carolina Panthers. I got him at 950 rushing yards, 35 receptions, 240 receiving yards, and 8 total touchdowns, 167 total yards on the season. Reason I have him really this low, because I think this is a running team with a strong defense. It's their schedule, man. I think their schedule is going to keep them in games to keep them throwing, which I think is going to mean Jonathan Brooks is going to be more involved.
If he's healthy.
If he's healthy, yes. And even if he's not, they got Trevor Etienne backing him up, Travis's brother. I have a hard time moving anybody in Carolina up into certain positions because they had one good year. You got to show me more than that, dog. You just got to show me more than that. Yeah. And really, fortunately for Chuba, a lot of his success is going to depend on Bryce Young. If Bryce can sling that ball and pull those guys out of the box, now Chuba has some room to operate. But until he can do that, I am stacking that box, and I'm worried about Teteroa McMillan and nobody else.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But for my 25, I have DeAndre Swift with the Bears. Nice. And the reason I have the Bears running backs this low is because they have so many places to put that ball.
Yep.
I mean, you have 2 tight ends, you have 3 wide receivers, you got a quarterback that I still believe is going to run more this year, is why I had him where I had him. It's just too many mouths to feed. And he's going to lose touchdowns to his backup, McGonaghy or whatever it is, Armando. So he's going to get his yards, but you're not going to get the chunk points.
Yeah.
He's not going to have 3 touchdown games. You get a touchdown out of him, you're good. But he'll look up, he'll have 70 yards. So there's 7. But he may have 6 catches, there's 13, but he has no touchdowns to make it 19 or 20.
Exactly.
And that's the issue. So I can't justify putting him any higher than this at this point in time.
No, that makes total sense to me. I have him a little bit higher, but I agree with everything you said. That offense is going to be. Dynamic has been the word of the show today. It's going to be a dynamic offense.
Yeah, it's loaded.
I like it, man. So far, I think we're off to a good start. I'm really curious to see our top 25, which is going to be coming up next show for everyone. That is going to be a lot of fun. I know names are going to be bumping into each other there, but I think the conversations are going to be real exciting.
It's going to be interesting, especially when I realize I forgot a running back. So that's cool too.
Whoops.
I'm like, don't worry about it.
It's early. It's early projections. Lou, you got anything else for the fine folks at home before we get out of here?
Oh, no. Again, guys, thanks for listening. Hit that like and subscribe button. More importantly, that subscribe button so we can get in their algorithms every time we release a show. Shows are going to be coming out more frequently as the season training camp, not even the season, but training camp gets closer. So we're going to have to start releasing probably 2 shows a week at that point in time. But just stick in there. We'll have some shorts coming out we're going to do some shorts on some sleepers for receivers, running backs, quarterbacks, and that kind of thing. But again, thanks for support. Like, subscribe, and we'll talk to you next time.
That's it. And I will echo Lou's sentiments before we get to our word from our sponsor. Like, subscribe, comment down below if you want to get into one of our leagues. We're forming PPR leagues. We're forming dynasty leagues. We're forming guillotine leagues, as we said at the beginning of the show. All you got to do is comment. That's it. Put me in a league. Guess what? You're in a league. With that, I'm going to leave us with a word from our sponsor right now. Get ready to level up your podcast playlist at Calibration Media Group. Dive into the hilarious world of Kiss the Reviews, where your favorite movies get the comedic roasting they deserve. Fashion Beyond 50 is the ultimate guide to style and confidence for women in their prime. The Champ and The Chump Fantasy Football Podcast is delivering the winning strategies necessary to dominate your league. And don't miss Backstage Buckeye, your all-access pass to the Ohio State University Athletics. Find your next obsession at calibrationmediagroup.com. All right, thank you to Calibration Media Group for sponsoring the show once again. And for Lou Willard, I am Corey Idle. This is the Champ and the Chump Fantasy Football Podcast, and we will catch you on that flip side.